It has been raining electric vehicles in the Indian market, with brands launching electric cars across different segments, right from the mass market space to the luxury EV space. But there was one space that was still empty, and that was the 7-seater MPV space. But Kia India has recently filled in that void. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am today with the new Kia Carens EV, and we'll be driving this electric car throughout the day to find out what is good about it, what is bad about it, and everything in between. So if you are new to the channel, do subscribe to Car and Bike, and while you're at it, hit that bell notification as well so you never miss an update or such videos like this. Now let's start with the design. Now you have seen this look. Yes, it was launched less than 2 months ago, the Carens Clavis, and the look has been retained for the electric version as well. But of course, this is an EV, so you have some differences which are key. Firstly, you have this flap up front right at the nose of the car, so you can charge the vehicle. And one good thing is that Kia, in addition to a 7.4 kilowatt charger, is also offering a 11 kilowatt home charger. So yes, no other brand is offering in this space that option. You get it with the Carens Clavis EV. Secondly, you also get this new DRL added to the center of the car, so it is connected now. This was missing in the regular Carens Clavis. There you only got a chrome strip, but this is a exclusive feature for the electric car. Third option is this. You get a new bumper. What has changed? Well, instead of the regular air vent, here you get active vents. But what happens is, on the go, these flaps will open up, and this will help with aerodynamics. Because it's an EV, it needs that low resistance, so you get that with this. Another addition over here are these new twin fog lamps that has been added. This is again a visual distinction for the Carens Clavis EV. Then finally, you also get this new bumper, which gets this nice metallic finish, adds a bit of premiumness. This gives it that nice look. Otherwise, you get the same ice cube pattern LED headlamps, and they do look nice and offer good illumination as well. As you come towards the side, you'll find another change that are with the wheels. Now these are 17 inches like the regular Carens Clavis, but this being an EV, here you get aero style wheels, so you get this nice cover. Again, helps with aerodynamics, which is essential for an electric car. As for the rear, the metallic bumper insert has been again brought in here. That adds that additional element, additional bit of premiumness. However, the tail lamps are very similar. You get the same star map pattern design with the connected lights. These, of course, then again, the Carens Clavis EV, it is a mouthful, I know, but that is what Kia is going with. But what do you think about the name? What do you think about the design? Do let us know in the comments. In terms of size, the Carens Clavis EV is identical to its ICE counterpart with no changes in dimensions. And if you thought that the battery pack underneath the car will affect the ground clearance, let me tell you, Kia has tweaked the suspension to make up for that. And as a result, the Carens Clavis EV offers you a 200 mm ground clearance, 5 mm more than the regular ICE version of the MPV. What I also like is the fact that unlike the Creta EV, where the battery pack is prominently visible underneath the car, here it is well hidden. So good job, Kia. Now, with all the 3 rows up, this electric MPV offers a decent boot space of 216 liters. However, fold down the 3rd row seats and you can free up more than double or even triple the luggage space. But that's not it. This being an EV, Kia is also offering a frunk, which at 25 liters is one of the largest you will get in an EV south of 20 lakh rupees. Now, like the exterior design, the layout of the cabin too is very much inspired by the regular Carens Clavis. You get the similar elements. The styling bits are taken from the regular petrol diesel version of this MPV, which includes this wide dual screen display. Now you get a 12.25 inch touchscreen infotainment system and a 12.25 inch driver cluster as well. These are fully digital clusters. Now what's great about it is that the wide dual screen setup is standard across all variants of the car. Of course, some of the features do go missing. Here you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, because this is the Carens, you have the old system, so it is wired. You do not get wireless connectivity for the phone suites, but you do get wireless phone charger. You get a Type A USB for the connection and a additional Type C for charging as well, along with a 12-volt socket. Here you get this fabric material used on the dashboard with some chrome bits. Also, there is this nice brushed aluminum finish at the center which cuts the plastic as and the fabric bit. That adds a nice element and integrated with the ambient lighting as well. Now you also get the new steering wheel. We have seen this dual flat top and flat bottom steering wheel in all latest Kia cars, and yes, it is adjustable both for height as well as reach. Now that is great about it. One addition over here is that now you get a column mounted shifter lever. Now of course this is an e-shifter, and there is a twist function. Now we have seen this in the Creta EV as well, and the same setup has been brought in here, of course, because the powertrain, the electric powertrain, is same as the Creta EV, but more on that when I drive the car. As per the visual differentiation, here you get, because this is an EV, you get a floating center console, and you get additional, the button replacements have changed. So here you get the ventilation seat button along with the 360-degree view camera button, the auto hold, and more. Also you get this nice cup holders. These are good size cup holders. You can adjust the size as well, and you get this sliding panel, of course, an additional storage inside the armrest and more storage underneath as well. So yes, lots of space. Now one feature that has been taken from the Carens Clavis and is offered with the EV as well, which I like, is this touch panel. Now this is a touch panel that offers you controls both for the audio and media setting as well as the AC control. So it is very seamless, nice. It is touch capacitive panel, so touch points are very accurate, so I like that. But again, you have knobs to control the AC fan speed as well as the volume and the temperature. I also like the fact that here you get ventilated seats both for driver and co-driver, and the driver additionally gets 4-way power adjustability. Yes, you do not get electric adjustment for height, but yes, the forward and reverse as well as the backrest can be controlled electrically. You also get a panoramic sunroof, which of course a lot of buyers like, and considering this has been targeted towards the family buyer segment, this is a feature that will attract a lot of people. Now the family car buyer is looking for three important things, that is space, comfort and features. And while the regular Carens Clavis did cover most of the bases, here with the Carens EV, it has gone a level above. Firstly, because it's an EV, you get a flat floor, so having 3 passengers sitting over here will not be as difficult as the regular Carens, because that one gets this transmission tunnel bump. Here it's flat, so you can have 3 passengers sitting over here, but it will be a tight squeeze. If you only have 2 passengers over here, you have this armrest, but what I don't like is that it's a very basic, it looks a bit like an aftermarket edition. You do not have cup holders, and also this color mismatch, it doesn't look that great. This could have been avoided to make it a bit more premium. You could have gotten like nice cup holders over here, but it is still a very nice, the utility factor is still there, so as an armrest it works perfectly. Then you have these aircon vents with blower controls, so you have multiple controls, and of course this roof mounted air vents on either side. So yes, good cooling. You can control the level of fan speed you want, so all that is there. Plus you get 2 Type C USB chargers, so you can keep your devices charged. But there is one additional feature. Here you also get a 3-point plug, which means that you can keep something like a laptop charged, and if you are working on the go, if you are chauffeur driven, then yes, just open this tray, you keep your laptop or tablet over here, and you can charge them while you are working on them on the go. So that is a nice feature. Of course, some of these features we have seen in the regular Carens Clavis, except for the 3-pointed plug, because this is an EV. Then again, as a family car, you are also looking for features. So yes, you get this nice sun blind, which I feel is a very integral feature, and if you are buying a family car, this is very important. And even if you are chauffeur driven, this comes in very handy, and I think more and more cars should offer that. Apart from that, you also get adjustable headrests for passengers sitting on either end of the seat. Yes, there is no captain seat option available with the Carens EV. You do get that with the regular Carens, but it is not available over here.
Now, in case you are worried about draining your battery while using the vehicle to load function, don't be, because few clicks on the touchscreen and you can easily set a limit to the amount of energy that needs to be used to power external devices. Safety comes standard on this EV. It starts with 6 airbags backed by the safety net of ABS, brake assist and electronic stability control. You also get hill start assist, downhill brake control and a highline tire pressure monitor along with all 4 disc brakes for confident stopping power. Rear occupant alert, ISOFIX child seat mount and 3-point seat belts for every passenger make it an ideal family car. While features like speed sensing lock, impact sensing door lock, rear parking sensors and rollover sensor add to the peace of mind. And with all that covered, it only makes sense to take things further with 360-degree view cameras and ADAS.
Yes, as part of the safety package, now you do get level 2 advanced driver assistance systems as well. Now this includes a suite of over 20 safety features, which includes forward collision warning and avoidance assist, that is lane keep assist, lane change avoidance assist. You also get rear cross traffic alert and assist. So yes, it is a complete package, and these ADAS functions have been tuned as per the Indian road conditions and driving mannerism. So we have seen the small changes, so it's not too intrusive. It is quite mellow. You can use this in day-to-day condition, but you do have the option to switch off the other features as well. It is a feature that a lot of modern day car buyers want in their vehicles, and brands are offering it. Now, as for the electric powertrain unit, it has been borrowed from its cousin, the Creta EV, and you get the same battery pack as well as the motor setup. So you have two options. One is a 42 kilowatt hour unit, which is the standard battery pack, and then there is an extended range option which gets a 51.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, and that is the one that we have been testing today. Now in both cases, the battery packs power a PMS motor that sends power to the front two wheels, and it can be controlled by this e-shifter which has been mounted to the steering column now. So yes, this being an EV, Kia has gone for a proper EV setup, so you do not have a shifter lever over here. You have it on the steering column, similar to the Creta EV. Now coming to the performance itself, the version with the smaller battery pack offers you a total of 137 brake horsepower, whereas the torque output stands at 255 Newton meters. And as for this car, it offers you 169 brake horsepower, but torque is standard for both options. So yes, you get all that 255 Newton meters of torque right from the word go. What that means is that yes, in both cases the car is peppy, it feels agile, and yes, you get that proper EV like feeling where all that power and torque comes as soon as you hit that accelerated pedal. But in terms of how the overall feel is, I have to say that compared to the Creta EV, considering it shares the powertrain with that electric SUV, this doesn't feel as quick right off the bat, and that has to do with several things. There is the weight, of course, and this is a 7-seater, so it is an MPV body style, so these all come into account. So I feel there is a slight delay in acceleration compared to the Creta EV, of course, but it is still quite quick. In fact, this EV can sprint from 0 to 100 in under 10 seconds, and that is a respectable number.
Now, Kia claims that on the MIDC cycle, the standard range Carens Clavis EV with the 42 kWh battery can go up to 404 kilometers on a single charge. On the other hand, the extended range version with the 51.4 kWh battery will offer a range of up to 490 kilometers. Realistically, I would expect a max range of 320 kilometers and 400 kilometers respectively from this electric MPV.
Now, of course, there are driving modes as well, 3 to be specific. There is the Eco, Normal and Sports, and in each of these modes, the reaction of the EV changes. In Eco mode, of course, it is much more subdued. It doesn't accelerate as quickly or reaches top speed as much as the normal or sports mode would, and it is limited to conserve battery. At the same time, normal mode is the default mode, so it is the day-to-day mode that you will drive this electric vehicle on, and it is pretty decent. It is quick enough, it is quite nice to drive. and offers you good amount of power and torque. But then again, if you are in a spirited mode, you do go to the sports mode. There the acceleration becomes a bit more quicker, it feels a bit more agile, and you can know the difference while you're driving the car. Now Kia is also offering regenerative braking with the Carens Clavis EV, and you have paddle shifters to control and go through these different modes. Now there are 5 to be precise: 0, 1, 2, 3 and max. And of course in the 0 mode there is zero intervention from the system, and all the control and power and output is in your hands. Whereas in max, of course, there is complete intervention. You get a one pedal drive feel from the Carens Clavis EV, and it is great if you are trying to conserve power, you are trying to conserve the range, and you want to drive it more efficiently. Then that is where the max regen mode comes into play. Of course, this is not a proper one pedal feel, but it is very close to it, and I think most of the customers will be satisfied with that. Now coming to this car's on-road mannerism, Kia has worked upon the suspension system, and that is mainly due to the added weight and the addition of the battery pack underneath the car. So it had to make up for the ground clearance, and yes, the company has stiffened the springs a bit, so it sits a bit taller now, and that has been done to match the ground clearance of the Carens Clavis. In fact, compared to the regular Carens Clavis, the ground clearance has gone up by 5 mm. So this EV offers you a ground clearance of 200 millimeters, and that is a nice number, and that is something that a lot of buyers in India look for, a high ground clearance family car to be precise. Now as for the ride feel itself, Kia tells us that although it has stiffened up the springs, it does not affect the comfort levels. It is still a comfortable car, and I think that is true because during this drive I have experienced that it is quite comfort, it is plush, and it takes on all the undulations on the road quite nicely. In fact, I would say that it is still a bit on the softer side, not too soft but not harsh either, and that is a great thing. So yes, you will enjoy the car while you're driving in city conditions. When in regular day-to-day speeds, it is a very comfortable car to drive. However, I feel that when you're doing higher speeds or doing triple digit numbers on highways, that is where you will want a bit more stiffness from the suspension, because it feels slightly bouncier over there. But overall, a nice setup. Overall, it is a comfortable car, and if you have more people in the vehicle, which is what a car like Carens Clavis will be used for, then it should be good. It shouldn't be as bouncy as compared to today, where I was driving the car most of the time alone.
The Kia Carens EV is offered in 3 key variants: HTK Plus, HTX and HTX Plus, and with 2 battery options. While the HTK Plus is only offered with the standard range battery, the HTX trim gets the option for both the standard as well as the extended range batteries. The top spec HTX Plus is only offered with the extended range battery. Prices start from 17,99,000 rupees and go up to 24,49,000 rupees ex-showroom.
Now, after spending the better part of a day with the Carens Clavis EV, I can tell you that there is not much to complain about this electric car. Now, yes, if I start nitpicking, there are some of the issues like you do not get wireless connectivity for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and the rear seat experience could have been elevated by offering a better central armrest or some of the other features that we spoke about throughout this review. But as I said earlier, these are nitpicking, and these small things do have some quick fixes. Then again, there are other quick fixes and aftermarket fixes for those other issues. But if you check out the overall package, I think that this is a solid EV, and of course in the 15 to 25 lakh rupee space, we did not have a 3-row 7-seater version electric car, and that is the gap the Kia is trying to fill in, and I think that is something that a lot of buyers might consider. Now, coming to the pricing, this particular version, of course, the base version of the Kia Carens EV is identically priced to the diesel automatic HTK Plus. So yes, if you are considering the electric or diesel, then yes, the EV in terms of pricing at least gives you at par pricing. And even the top of the line version that is with us is just about 2 lakh rupees more expensive than the petrol automatic version of the Carens. Yes, because there is no range topping version of the diesel car, but even then it is an EV after all, so that is the premium you pay for an electric car, and for that you do get better features, you do get better creature comforts. So overall I think that the pricing game is right with the Carens EV, and also it is a great package. And if you come to range, this range extender version, as I mentioned earlier, will give you a realistic range of around 400 kilometers on a single charge, and that is a big number. And I am sure that that will put the range anxiety that family car buyers have considering EVs will be put to rest with that kind of a number. But yes, we do have to test it in real world, and we will have those figures on Car and Bike, and for that you will have to keep watching this space and keep following Car and Bike. And as for this video, if you do like it, give it a share, give it a thumbs up, and also if you have any queries about the Carens EV, put them down in the comment box. We will try to answer them. And for more such videos, keep following Car and Bike.